Again, it seems to be the same type of problem where they give me, AN and they give me R and they give me SN and they ask what A1 and N is. And basically I just simply write the formulas down and try to manipulate them to figure out what it is. And it could be tough. I'm not saying they're not. But the first thing I'd probably write down is, you know, what AN is. And AN is 384. And what would that equal? That would equal A1. You know what? I don't know what A1 is. And then it would be the R, which I do know is minus 4. And that would be what? That would be to the n minus 1 power. All right, so that's not so bad. And then I'm going to write Sn down, right? What's that going to be? 2, 4, 5, 7 over 8. Let me be careful about this. It's going to be 1 minus R. Well, that's minus 4 to the n over 1 minus a minus 4 times A1. Now, certainly you do have equations over here, and there's two unknowns in the equation, A1 and N. I do know N is an integer, by the way. But I gotta manipulate these guys to see if I can figure it out. And the first thing I want to do is I think I can take the first equation and solve it for A1. And let me write this down for you. So it'd be 384 equals A1. I'm going to take that care of that power first off. So that's minus 4 to the n minus 4 to the minus 1. So what would I get? Oh boy, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Let's write this down. And so A1 times minus 4 to the n. This would be minus 1/4, 384. Wow, I got some work to do, don't I? And what do you get over there? Let's take a look at that. It's going to be minus, well, let me put this aside, 1,200. I'm doing 4 times 384, by the way. 320. 4 times 300 is 1,200. 4 times 80 is 320 and 16. 6, 3, 5, 1. Let me write that down. 1, 5, 3, 6 equals A1. And then I get minus 4 to the nth power. All right? So what are you going to do with that? Well, you know what? I think I want to do something with it. And before I do that, I'm going to simplify that second equation. I want to get my eraser out, though. And again, we're just talking through the work. I'm really not looking at my key yet. But I want to point out I'm pretty much done with this thing. And I went through all that work. And I got something I can't say simple, but I did get something out of it. I know what A1 is. But I want to look at that other equation. And I want to see if I can do that too. All right? So let's take a look at it. And you're going to get, the bottom is 1 minus a minus 4, which is 5. So I'm going to write that down as 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7 over 8. And that equals, let's be real careful about this. This is 1 minus 4 to the nth power, right, times A1. All right, let's see if we can do it. And I got to write things down now. And the problem with writing things down is it could be complicated, right? So I'll write this over here. 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7 over 8 equals 1 minus a minus 4 to the n, and then A1. What's that going to be? Well, it's minus, it's this thing over here. You know what? I'm kind of running out of room, so I'm going to have to back up a little bit. Let me erase this over here. Try to be a little bit neater, right? So let's write that down. So 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7 over 8 would be equal to 1 minus 4 to the n. And A1 is minus 1536 over minus 4 to the n. right? All right, let's go to town. I'm going to start to erase things. Erasing this. I'm going to erase this. I'm going to erase this. And I got to go to town on it. And it doesn't look easy, by the way. You can make a substitution if you like. If you like, for example, you could say minus 4 to the n is x if you like. Which, you know what, I think I'm going to do just to spice things up a little bit. All right? So let's write this down. I'm going to let minus 4 to the n. You know what? I think I did something crazy over here. It's really this thing over here. Sorry about that. So I get minus 4 to the n is equal to x. Let's write this down. 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7 over 8 equals 1 minus x. And then you can get minus 1, 5, 3, 6 over x. Well, I got to do something here, don't I? So I'm going to erase things. And so this is why you erase things. I'm going forward. I'm not looking back. I won't. I'm going to go forward. Right? I'm going to keep enough information to go forward, though. And the problem is I don't like being distracted by the past over here. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x and by 8. So you get 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7x. And then you're going to get minus, I'm multiplying by x and 8. So 8, 15, 36 times 1 minus x. All right, let's keep going. What do you get? 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7x equals minus 8 times 1, 5, 3, 6 plus 8 times 1, 5, 3, 6 x. Wow, I'm getting really close. Let's write this down. 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7 minus 8 times 1, 5, 3, 6 x equals minus 8 times 1, 5, 3, 6. X is 8 times 1, 5, 3, 6 over 8 times 1, 5, 3, 6 minus 5 times 2, 4, 5, 7. All right? And I got to figure that out now, don't I? And let's go to the calculator. And I hate to do it to you, but I don't want to do that in my head. I'm going to do it on a calculator. I'm going to open my Sage application. It's not open, so it's going to take time to open it. And I'm going to launch that Sage server. And I'm going to do the arithmetic for you. I'm launching Sage now, by the way. Sometimes launching Sage takes a little while. I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, it launched 8 times 1536. And I'm going to divide it by 8 times 1536 minus 5 times, yep, I'm typing it in, 2, 4, 5, 7. And what do you get over there? You get 4,096. Let me write that down for you. And that's equal to minus 4 to the nth power. So I hope you realize that, n's got to be an even number, and n is going to be equal to 6. All right? So again, 4, and you can try it on a calculator, by the way. 4 to the 6th power is going to be 4,096. So someone says, oh, that arithmetic was crazy. It's killing me. It's this and that. I'm not saying it's the only way to get there, but at least I found what n was Did they want to know what n was? They sure did. I got the n to be 6. Now, here's what some students are going to say. I could have probably stared at that and got that anyway. And we're not saying otherwise. And you're going to say, oh, I don't like what you did. You know what? Maybe tomorrow I don't like what I did either. I do something different. All right, but I got n equals 6. Now, the question is, how would you get the A1? Well, I'm going to look back. I have to look back now over my work, but I erased my work. Part of the reason for erasing my work is it's all neatly typed up over here, and I got it right over here. And yes, we did have this written down. So what are you going to write down? A1 is equal to 384 minus 4 to the 1 minus 6, which would be minus 5. Again, yeah, I'm a little tired, but using a calculator, and I will use the calculator. I'm going to do the computation now, and that computation is going to be 384 divided by, well, that's going to be minus 4 to the 5th power. All right, so I'm going to do that now. And yes, I'm using a calculator. And I get minus 3/8. Bingo. We got them both. All right. Let me repeat this. I can't say this is the best way to the answer, but here's the diff. No matter what path you take, provided it's truthful, it's always going to lead to these answers over here. Thank you.